Hello, I'm Dio. I'm going to be showing you how to referee for Dio's Bizarre Badgeless Duel. You can also use this video as a tutorial for refereeing in general, as there are a lot of brand new referees in this tournament, so I'll be going through everything step by step for setup. We'll discuss in this video first how to set up an IRC client, second what the chat commands are for refereeing, and then third, I'll give you a rundown of the usual workflow for a referee during a match, both in a qualifiers match and in a bracket stage match. And with that said, first let's start off with IRC. There are two major IRCs that are used by the vast majority of referees in the OS community. The first one and the most well-known is Chat for OS. You just Google this, it'll pop up with a forum link right here where you can download and install Chat for OS, made by HoloWatcher at this point. Wow, in 2019, yeah, over 5 years ago. This is the most widely used IRC for a variety of reasons, but the major one is the user interface. This has a couple of really useful tools such as custom hotkeys, so you can bind, for example, better start commands to specific hotkeys, or good luck have fun, or abort commands, or any chat commands that you find yourself using frequently. And so this is really useful for that. The second one is Brigitte, which is maintained by Stage relatively recently. This is a slightly different IRC. It's a web-based IRC. You run an application on your computer and then open up a localhost address online. And the user interface is very similar to Chat for OS, with a couple of differences, but it has pretty much all of the same features as Chat for OS. Chat for OS is the one that I use, so that's the one that we're going to be using today. And as an aside, what is an IRC client? IRC stands for Internet Relay Chat Client. And basically what it is it lets you connect to the OSU chat rooms without actually logging onto the game. So if you've ever played a tournament match before and the referee was in chat but not physically in the lobby, that's how they do it. They connect through an IRC client, and instead of physically joining the lobby after making it and refereeing from within the game while sitting in the lobby taking up a spot, using an IRC client keeps all 16 spots in the lobby open, which is helpful for things like qualifiers, right? The only downside to refereeing with an IRC client is that you don't actually see, for example, the gameplay as it happens, but that's usually not an issue, and there are plenty of upsides to using an IRC client, the one I just mentioned, as well as, for example, you can connect to multiple multiplayer lobbies at the same time. In other words, using an IRC client allows you to multi-ref. You can ref multiple lobbies at the same time using an IRC client rather than by refing in-game. So if this is your first time downloading Chat for OS, you'll click the download button that's specific to you. If you are a Mac user, there are other IRC clients that would work for you. I'm not sure if Brigitte works for Mac or not, but regardless, you would download this. And usually when you run it for the first time, there will be some kind of pop-up that says, yeah, hey, Windows has detected that this is a virus on your PC. I can confirm it is not a virus. It is safe to use. After that, you'll open up the IRC client for the first time, in this case, Chat for OS. And for me, I'm already logged in. You would have to log in for the first time, and you'll show that here. Remember to click this Remember Credentials button. You're going to want that. Your username is the same as your OSU username. In my case, that's D space I space O. But on IRC clients, you need to replace spaces with underscores. So in my case, that's D underscore I underscore O. Like so. Then you're going to get your IRC password by clicking here. Note that this is not your normal OSU password, so click this button. Very, very simple. Down right here at the bottom under Legacy API, you can see IRC, the section at the very, very bottom of the page. As I just said, IRC clients allow you to connect to chat on the OS servers. So if you give away your IRC password, you are giving anyone with access to it the ability to connect to chat on your behalf. Highly recommend never doing that. People can impersonate you and can effectively get you banned by impersonating you. So I would recommend not doing that. You'll click the unhide or show password button at the bottom of the screen, copy your server password, and then paste it in there. Note that it does hide it automatically for you, so that's great. And then just click login. And assuming Bancho is working properly, you'll be logged in. Usually this screen will be blank. In order to start a new chat, we're going to click this plus button and then type the channel or user. As with the actual login function, if there are any spaces in the name of the channel or the user's username, you'll have to replace those with underscores, but that's pretty trivial. In this case, we're going to start a chant with BanchoBot. BanchoBot is a bot maintained by the developers that has a variety of uses, but one of them is that you can make lobbies using BanchoBot as a chat to send the commands to. Well, great, but how do we make a lobby? Well, let's go over that. OSU Tournament Management Commands. If you Google this, you'll be met with the wiki page that has a list of all of the tournament management commands. I recommend looking through this on your own time and reading through all of these. Some of the common ones are MP Make, which makes lobbies, MP Invite, which invites people, MP Set, where you can set the team mode, the score mode, and the size between 1 and 16 slots of the lobby. You can also move, host, clear host. MP Settings will display the room details. And then the other main ones that you'll be using are MP Start to actually start the match, MP Abort to abort the match in the case of a technical difficulty for a player or something like that, MP Map to change the map, MP Mods to change the mods, and MP Timer to set timers between picks and bans for different teams or between the maps in qualifiers. All of the rest of these are useful, especially MP Close, which will close the lobby at the end of the match. But I recommend taking some time to look through all of these on your own time so that you can remember them and what they do when you need them. And now that I have those ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and you can see I've already pinged these people 28 minutes ago. Here's the usual workflow for a referee. Usually you'll do this in the actual DBBD general channel if you are a referee for this tournament, or in the general channel of the tournament that you are reffing for. I'm going to go into our staff general channel to do it here rather than in the tournament general channel. For this tournament and in most tournaments, you can go to #referee if you're a staffer, and either in the pinned messages or in the channel description, there will be a link to the sheet. So I'll open that up. There's my ref sheet. And you'll notice I have actually some host instructions here. I can hide this sheet. I have the perms to hide that sheet because I'm the sheet creator. Usually it'll open up to this instructions page or something similar. And so here we see, okay, go to schedule, but this is qualifiers. So I'm going to go to the qualifier schedule and note that I've already taken this match between test team 1 and test team 2. If I remove myself, it'll turn red because guess what? There's a team registered for a match and no referee next to the team. So I'm going to put myself back down. That'll make everything good. And now I'm going to navigate to tab Q1 for this match. And I'm going to ping the two captains, Magnata Gamer and Suicune, that I am going to invite them soon. And now that I've pinged them there, should be good to go. The other thing that we're going to do now, we're going to actually create the lobby. So you'll notice here on the ref sheet, and there's a very similar layout for most ref sheets. Not all of them are exactly the same, and this one differs a little bit from the bracket stage ref sheet that you'll be using later. I know this is a lot of information all at once on the screen, but we'll go through everything on here. I promise you it's really not all that much, and once you know what to expect from a ref sheet, where to find all the information, and what you're supposed to do with it, it's a very, very simple workflow. So for this lobby, you can see the room command here. It says mp make dbbd. We're going to copy that and paste it into our chat with BanchoBot. And you see the command is already written out completely, perfectly, exactly the way that your host, or in this case I, want it to be written out. And now our multiplayer lobby automatically opens up. In Chat for us, go ahead and click this little people button right here. This actually shows the room status the entire time that you're in lobby. This is a big part of why the UI is very nice for Chat for us. Another thing that you can do with this is look at the hotkeys. There are some default ones that are unchangeable, and then you can set your own. So I have my own hotkeys set up here with specific timers and start command and a good luck have fun. That's all optional, but it's, again, nice to have. Now I'm going to use the settings command right here to set the lobby to some specific settings. MP set 03 will change the match settings to head-to-head, and the score settings to score v2. Note that I left the size blank. The default size of any lobby is 16 when you use the mp make command. So this is a lobby that has 16 open slots set to head-to-head, so not team versus, and with score v2 as the win condition. Now you'll notice there's this big red spot right here for the MP link. We're going to go ahead and grab the MP link. I'll click on that right there and stick it on the sheet. That's all you need to do for qualifiers for reporting how the lobby went. In the bracket stage, you'll need to paste the results into the results channel in Discord. But for the vast majority of tournaments, including this one in qualifiers, you do not need to do that. You just need to record the MP link wherever it's specified by the host. In my case, I just want them all recorded right here. They will automatically appear on the ref sheet later so that your host, in this case I, can run all of the MP links through the results sheet. And now I'm going to go ahead and send out invites. And note you can just copy paste these commands. Nothing difficult here. There's a couple of various resources here at the bottom. There's a timer command right there, MP timer 120. This is the timer that I want referees to use in between maps in qualifiers. There's 120 seconds for picks and bans as well, or rather 90 seconds between picks and bans in the bracket stage. But in qualifiers, I would like everyone to use 120 seconds between each map so that teams have time to set a roster between each map and discuss, how the previous map went. There's also a couple of abort commands, abort for actually aborting the map, and abort timer, which ends any timer that has been started. That includes the MP timer 120 and any start command that you input. The forum post is here for a rules reference. The main sheet is here for if you ever need to reference the map pools or anything like that, though the map pools are right here as well. There are some late procedures here. In qualifiers, these don't matter all that much, but in the regular stage of the tournament, those are what you will use to determine whether a team actually gets to ban or not, and whether they forfeit a match. Free mod rules are also here. I'll discuss those when we get to the free mods in this qualifier lobby. In the meantime, go ahead and say hello to Suicune and hello to Magnata. And I don't see Magnata yet, but it is not quite time for the lobby at this point. I'd tell them 20 UTC. And in this case, it is actually fine if Suicune needs to leave early, because guess what? He's a tier 2 player. The team listing on this sheet will show you that tier 1 players are green and tier 2 players are yellow. So there's one tier 1 player on each team and 2 tier 2 players on each team. So each of these teams, and I know Murio is actually out of the rank range for this tournament, but in this case it doesn't matter because it's a show match just to show you know exactly how the qualifiers are supposed to go for you. And it's now pretty much 20 UTC. So go ahead and ping Magneta. Ping him again, just to make sure that he has the invite, and I can go ahead and send the invite again as well. And now we're just waiting on everybody to join the room. And at this point, we're just waiting on the other team to join. So I'm going to go ahead and set the map to no mod 1 and set the mods to no fail. Notice that each map has a corresponding mods command that goes along with it. The mods will not reset after each map. They will stay the same after each map. So if you set it to no fail on no mod 1, you don't need to set it a second time for no mod 2, 3, or 4. But then you'll need to change it for the hiddens, change it again when Hard Rock 1 starts, change it again when DT 1 starts, and change it again when Free Mod 1 starts. Of course, change the map in between every single one as well. I'll use my hotkey for a 2-minute timer. Let everybody get ready. And in qualifiers, all you're doing as a referee is going straight down the no mod 1, 2, 3, 4, hidden 1 and 2, hard rock 1 and 2, DT 1 through 3, and free mod 1 and 2. So qualifiers is going to be a very simple workflow. You're going to go right down the list. So I'm just waiting on Magneta to... Suicune has decided to sit out for this one and leave Flapcheck and K in. And it looks like we have Magnata and Murio in for this one. So I'm just telling them the rules, making sure they're good to go. And I have now started the map. So they're going to go ahead and play through the map. And once this map ends, we'll go ahead and show the scores for that and everything. In the meantime, while they're playing, since there's not much for you to do as a referee while they're actually playing a map, you could watch one of their streams if they're live streaming or something like that. But otherwise, there's not really too much going on for you to think about at this point. So now I'm going to show you the exact same thing, how to make a lobby and navigate the sheet for a bracket stage match. So we'll start with the room command. The match ID is up here. The actual time of the match is up here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this. And again, talk to BanchoBot to make the lobby. And since this is a normal bracket stage lobby, I'm going to go ahead and take all of the various commands, like the settings command. And again, I keep the size at 16, but change it to team versus, that's MP set 2, and score v2, MP set 2, 3. There will occasionally be add ref commands for you to use in the case that there's streamers or commentators for a match. That's how you add them to be able to see the lobby chat on the tournament client. You can also use the add ref command to add a second referee to a match, but that's usually just in case that you need to leave a match mid-ref, and so you need somebody to take over for you. From here, I'm going to wait on invites because they are still in the other room right now, but usually you would do the same thing, invite both captains, which are already listed right here for you. Captain just happens to be the first player of each team. You'll notice again that tier 1 players are colored green on here and tier 2 are colored yellow on here. For this tournament, you will need to check on the tiers of the players. Each map has to have one tier 1 player and one tier 2 player from each team. In qualifiers especially, that'll be relatively important because you don't actually have a team versus going on, so it'll be a little more difficult to check that. Just make sure of that during qualifiers. There's, again, timer commands. This is for timing picks. So after each map is over, teams will get 90 seconds to pick. And then after a pick comes through, you'll start another timer for them to lock in a lineup. There's, again, start commands. This is a personal preference thing. I prefer MP Start 5. I know a lot of players prefer MP Start 5. But you can use MP Start 10 just fine, and it's pre-written right there. And now that the map is done, we're going to go ahead and let's assume that I've already gone through no mod 2, etc., etc., and we'll go to free mod 1 here. And I'm going to paste the free mod commands in here, just so that they know what the mods are. All right, at this point, I'm just waiting for the players to get set up, get all of their mods added. And here, on free mod picks in particular, you'll need to use the refresh command or just type MP settings, and that will ensure, okay, let's check again the rosters. We have K taking Hidden and Flapcheck taking Hard Rock, so that's 2 unique mods. We have Magnata taking Hard Rock and Hunter taking Easy. And so now we're good to go. And you can see up here, once the map is over, it will show all of the scores. However, if you go to the MP link, it'll show each individual score. This is what an MP link looks like on head-to-head, as you'll get the individual score from each player, some accuracy, etc., max combo. So each player is going to show like that on the MP link. For picks with set mods, it'll show the exact mods that were set up here. So you'll have a very easy time at seeing the exact mods. On free mod picks, you'll notice with this one, there are no set mods. It'll show the individual mods next to each player for both of these, and those will vary on the free mod picks in particular. So again, not much for you to do while you're actually waiting. So I'm going to type a message to the players. And this is specifically for the tutorial video, so you won't have to type anything quite like this message. Yeah, that's it. That's the entirety of what you need to do for reffing qualifiers. In my case, obviously, I went from no mod 1 to free mod 1 specifically to show you exactly what you need to do on free mod picks to check the mods using MP settings. In a normal qualifier lobby, again, you would go down the list in order. No mod 1, no mod 2, no mod 3, no mod 4, etc., all the way down the list. Teams will get 1 playthrough of qualifiers. That's typical in tournaments. Some will get 2 playthroughs of qualifiers. Check with your host, but the vast majority of tournaments, this one included, will use 1 playthrough of qualifiers. So teams get 1 chance to play every map in order. There are some cases where a player will disconnect mid-map in the qualifiers. In cases like that, typically it is okay if it's in the if it follows the rules listed on the forum post or AFKs or anything like that, then it is okay for them to play the map at the end of the qualifiers lobby. Typically in qualifiers, we do not use aborts. We don't use map aborts in qualifiers. The player will just play it at the end of everything else, so that the rest of the lobby can move on unperturbed. Because in qualifiers, it's not teams competing directly against each other. They're just playing through the maps. So you want to keep the rest of the lobby moving smoothly for everyone else in the lobby. If it's a team by itself, you can usually abort the map. But in this case, if you have more than 1 team in a lobby, usually you'll just let it play through and have that player who did disconnect, assuming it follows the rules on the forum post, play the map again at the end of the rest of the lobby. So here, since Suicune is not actually in, I'm going to MP invite Magnata Gamer 123, and MP invite, I guess, Flapcheck. And so this lobby is done for now. There's your particular scores for each of them. And you can see, again, different mods listed for each player on the free mod picks. There we go. We have Flapcheck and Magnata Gamer. And you can see, since it's a team versus in team mode, they join and they have particular team colors. And now Magnata's team is red team and Flapcheck's team is blue team. So I'm going to tell them that. Magnata's team slots 1 to 2 red. Flapcheck's team slots 3 to 4 blue. And since this lobby is over and all the players are gone, I'm going to use MP close to close the lobby. Note that these invite commands will work with spaces rather than underscores in usernames as well. So if you do have a user with spaces in their usernames, it'll still work completely fine just like that. You don't need to worry about the command breaking or anything like that. And since the lobby is about to start, I'm going to click the MP link, and just like with qualifiers, I'm going to put it right on the sheet. And now it says the match is not finished. If you do have a lobby where a team is late by more than 10 minutes or just completely does not show up, you can enter the no-show here. Let's say test team 2 does not show up. Then it'll give you this match result that says match 1 win by default for test team 1. And we don't need to do that this time around. But that's what you'll do if there is a no-show. So, team captains will roll. And again, here's a normal workflow for a regular match. So apparently K rolling for the blue team. And Magnata rolling for red team. Typically, in a normal match, I would accept rolls only from the captain, since Suicune is... I don't actually know if Magnata has pool access, but it's fine. He's not playing the tournament. I will go ahead and send them a screenshot of the pool. Since this is for referees, there's no harm in you seeing the pool. So I will just go ahead and grab this. So, since blue team chose the ban order, they want second ban. So I'm going to give first ban to test team 1. And test team 1 also wants first pick, so they're going to get first pick and first ban. And I'm going to give them 90 seconds to ban. They're going to ban DT2, so I'm going to go to the drop-down and select DT2 as their ban. Notice this will highlight exactly what goes on for you. And K has already given me a Hard Rock 2 ban. I don't even need to type it out. Hard Rock 2 banned out. And now... So, test team 1... So I give them their current score command. That shows them exactly what's going on. It gives them all relevant information. It shows them the current score. It shows them the best of 9. And it shows them that they are current pick and they have 90 seconds to pick. They're going to pick Nomad 4. So I'm going to go here to the first pick, drop down, click Nomad 4. You'll notice the map command and the mods command is right here, but you can also just grab it from over here if you'd like to. And I'm going to give them 90 seconds to ready up also. And again, Magnata's a tier 1 player, Hunter's a tier 2 player, Lapchak's a tier 1 player, K is a tier 2 player. So both teams have a tier 1 and a tier 2 ready to go. All players are ready. I'm going to give them a start command and a good luck, have fun. And they're going to go into the map. And now it'll show on the MP link. It appears right there that they are now in the map as of 16:19:40 local time for me. And close all of these. And now I am once again just waiting for them to finish the map. Once they are out of the map, I'll take a look at the MP link, look at the total score for both teams, and compare them. And we'll see which team ends up winning it out. And we'll record the winner right here in the winner slot. Very simple. Note again, the role rules are right here. Double picks are allowed and double bans are allowed in this tournament. Free mod rules are right here. And when we have 2 bans per match in the quarterfinals onwards, the team with first ban will ban once, the team with second ban will ban twice in a row, and then the team with first ban will ban once more. That's what ABBA stands for there. A couple of other things, of course, you see the map pool over here. You have the match results here that we've already talked about, the pick order stuff over here. Last thing on the sheet is an easy score multiplier. Note that on free mod picks, easy has a 1.8 times multiplier. So there's spots here for you to record the raw scores from each player on a free mod pick where easy is used. And then check a box where easy is enabled. So for example, if both teams have an easy player, you can just check a box for whichever players have easy. It'll automatically convert their scores with the easy multiplier and then display both team scores, red team score and blue team score, right next to each other right there for you. So you don't need to bust out a calculator for easy in this tournament. Many tournaments have this, but many also don't. So you may have to do manual calculations for some tournaments in free mod pools where there are custom mod multipliers. But usually hosts who want to make it easy for the refs will have that sort of easy multiplier built into the sheet. Now I'm seeing that players are coming through as the match ends, so I'm going to go back to the MP link and take a look and wait for this to update. And looks like red team won, so I'm going to mark the winner as test team 1. Go back up here, grab the current score, and give them 90 seconds to pick. And note again, this updates after you select the winner. So select the winner first and then grab the command. And now we're just waiting for the rest of the picks. It's going to be hidden 1. So I'm going to go to hidden. I'm going to select the map. And give them 90 seconds to ready once again. They keep picking aim and sliders, so. All right, all players are ready. Good luck, have funds are out. And I'll go ahead and send off my start command and good luck, have fun command using my keybinds. And now I'm again just going to wait. And typically, again, this is what you would do for every pick from both teams. I'm going to assume that this just goes very quickly for test team 1. Let's say their next pick is Nomad 3 and they win that also. Let's say the next pick is Hidden 2 and they win that also. And then let's say the last pick is Hard Rock 1 and they also win that. And so now the match is over. you would paste this congratulations message in there. And then you would take your match results and paste them in the results channel in Discord. Just like that. And that's it. That's refereeing. As long as you have the MP link on there, it'll generate everything properly. If a team loses their bans, you can just select a ban for them anyway, and then remove the ban from the results manually. Other than that, there's not much else to talk about here. That's going to be your workflow as a referee in this tournament. I hope that this example was useful to everyone. Thanks for watching, and that's it. Happy reffing.